if I have to start by saying something, I'd say that I really agree with what Austin was saying, talking about how much you learn from losing. I think I possibly learned more from this one season, and we're 1-7 right now. I maybe have learned more in this 8 games than I've learned through all the other games I've played in my life playing this sport. It teaches you that it's not, at the end of the day, it's not about winning or losing. It's about playing the game to the best of your ability. And that's something Coach Ocam, our defensive line coach, really talks to us about. He says that you have to respect the game, and you have to play the game like it deserves to be played. And that's not playing to win. That's not playing to get statistics. It's playing your hardest every play, and it's knowing after a game that there wasn't anything else you could have done. And I know this season, myself, a lot of my teammates, I know they've done that every single game in, game out. And I've gained so much respect for so many guys that I've played with, guys that, I mean, for them to just come back week after week and keep playing as hard as they have, it really amazes me. And it gives me faith moving forward. It gives me faith not only with the remainder of the games that we have this year, but just moving forward into the future. It's something I'm really proud of. So we're definitely going to continue to fight this season. We're going to play the rest of the games to the best of our ability, and I promise, me personally, I will absolutely give 100% and respect the game. Well, Coach Bailiff, to say he's positive, I think, is an understatement. He's somebody that, as far as his attitude goes, it truly is inspirational. I mean, you can come back from a tough loss, and that's just sometimes how the season goes. You know, you lose, you win games by a touchdown, you lose games by a touchdown. Sometimes in life, you win by a little bit, you lose by a little bit, but to come back and to keep your head up and to keep moving forward, you know, it hasn't happened yet. We only have one win, but we approach each game, and I know Coach Bailiff said this, we approach each game to win the game. And I said earlier, it might not necessarily be about winning. Sure, it is about winning, but approaching the game to win the game, it's just approaching it with the respect that should be had. Approaching it with bringing the best of your ability to practice, bringing the best of your ability to the game. I know we have a lot of guys on the team that do that, and that's certainly a reflection of the staff. And my position coach, Coach Ocam, Frank Ocam, I think he embodies this. This is somebody who won a national championship at Texas. He went on to play in the NFL. This guy eats, sleeps, breathes this game and just what it means to be a man. And I'm so thankful that I've been able to be coached by a man like that. And I think it definitely shows across the defensive line. Yeah, so I think this is maybe kind of an interesting way to look at it. I think the offensive line is a very cohesive unit. Typically, when you just look at teams, it's a very cohesive unit. And I feel like a defensive line is maybe made up of more different characters, like just people from all different places. And I think that's what our defensive line is. I think it's a group of individuals that play together well, and I think we've been playing together well as a defensive line. Last game, we played better than we did in Prairie View, and that's all you can hope for is just to play that much better. But it's been a really interesting experience, just the guy to your left and right. You know, they might be from completely different circumstances. They might be completely different characters, but at the end of the day, we really do love each other, and I think that's something that's really special. Right, so playing hard, I think that maybe it goes back to the whole winning and losing thing. Playing hard isn't enough to win. Playing hard is enough to earn my respect, but something that we have to do better is execute, and that's really just all across the board. As a defensive line, just from this past game, watching the film, there's a few little things that we have to clean up. Nothing magic. There's nothing that we're really lacking on the defensive line that is killing us, but there's just some little things that we have to clean up, and it's like Austin was saying, those are the details that we have to clean up. Then you look at the linebackers, you look at the secondary, you look at I mean, I can't really speak for the offense, but everybody has responsibilities. It's a team sport, and I think that's one thing that's really interesting. One thing that I've learned this year is that it's a team sport. It doesn't matter how well the defensive line does. I can stand up here and say, oh, well, the defensive line, we played pretty well, and we just have a few little things we need to pick up. But you know, if the linebackers don't do it, if the secondary doesn't do it, if we don't do it, there have been games where we don't execute like we need to, then the whole team suffers for that. And I think that's a very interesting aspect of the game. That's something that's taught me a lot in life, because there's a lot of things in life where you're not going at it alone. It's a team effort. So one thing I really hope we can do moving forward, moving into the rest of the season, is I hope we can really try to execute to the best of our abilities, not just for ourselves, but really for the guys beside us. I hope the secondary executes for us. I hope we execute for the secondary. Linebackers, likewise. It's a team sport, and very simply, that's what it's going to take. It's going to take execution. We've been playing hard, but that's what we need to do.